Hey guys, Melissa here again, and today we want to really dive into the mindset of changing your food. And
Mm,
this is something Melissa and I have both done, but I think when you reach the point where you're just really tired of being sick and tired, it's inevitably going to
mhm.
happen.
Yeah.
And I think one thing I always highlight is we live in a world where we have access to a lot of things that are cheap, fast, easy. Um, and it makes me
Yeah.
think of those commercials from the 80s where it was like, you are what you eat. So I always remind folks you don't want to be cheap, fast, or easy, right? So,
Yes.
um,
I love
but
that.
we also, unfortunately, and this is some like a conversation I know we've dove into before in terms of just quality of our food here in the States and,
Hmm.
and different things that are going on there. But you can still find better quality things for sure and make better choices. And it's really also thinking about like, what do I want to feel like mentally and physically?
Hmm.
And we don't like to think, I think a big block that gets thrown up, I'm sure you hear this once, is like, well, I don't have time. But if you don't make time for your wellness, then you're going to have to make time for your sickness, right? And so I think it's a lot easier to be proactive and try to work on our wellness than it is to say, holy smokes, I'm so sick. And now
Yeah.
I'm in like a total crisis state, right? So, um, you know, this may be that you're just really not feeling well.
Hmm.
Maybe you just got back a food sensitivity test. Like maybe you haven't been feeling great and you took some steps and then you get some information like, I can't have gluten or dairy, or, I don't think
Eggs.
anyone should have sugar, eggs. I know that one's always sad for me. Um, and then it's like, well, what do I do now? Right. And
Yeah.
so first, I want to say there's a lot more options than we think. And certainly in the gluten-free department, that has
And yummy
expanded
ones.
immensely over the last 3 to 4 years. But even, dairy-free choices and other things. So,
Hmm.
but what we want to start with is, what is your mindset around that? Like, why would you make these changes? Because if you can get that clarity, it's going to help you in
Mm.
those moments where you're feeling a little bit like what? Tempted, weak, like how would you phrase that, Melissa?
Oh, when we were talking before, it's like, I want macaroni and cheese.
Yeah.
It's got all the things in it, right? And it's such a comfort food. But when you're leaning into the piece of how can I nourish my body and feel better, especially if you just got a food sensitivity test back that says no gluten, no dairy, no sugar. Macaroni and cheese is the traditional macaroni and cheese is not going to be an option. And a lot of times in that moment, it's like, what do I do? What do I do for me? Because my body is craving this, my mind is craving this. But I also know that if I'm going to actually get better, I have to choose something different.
And, it could be a sign your body's looking for some carbs and fats, right? And so if
Mm-hmm.
that's the case, there are other ways to do it. I was telling Melissa, I love that an app called Yumly. It is a paid app.
Ooh.
It's $40 for the
Mm-hmm.
year. It's like 39.99, but you can put in your diet modifications,
Mm-hmm.
and it comes up with some great recipes. I guarantee you there's a gluten-free vegan mac and cheese on there.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's always better choices to me. Like I know, you know, like I love the brand Jovial. They're gluten-free pastas, just brown rice and water. And it has a really nice texture. I always advise
Mm-hmm.
folks to stay away from corn. I'm sure you do too, Melissa. But
Yep.
and so, but again, that one has a great texture. If you can do nuts, then like cashew-based vegan cheeses have a much better texture. But there's ways
Mm-hmm.
to think about, all right, what is this craving about? And then,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what could be a good workaround, right? And
Mm-hmm.
and I think there are times where well, it's so funny actually you say that. So, do you remember little chicken and stars like soup when you were little? Um,
Mm.
yeah. So a recipe
Yeah.
popped up the other day on Instagram, and I was like, oh my gosh, that'd be so great to make. And we have like really good like soup weather. So I was like, I'm gonna make soup. But then I was like, well, do they make little gluten-free stars pasta? Well, Jovial actually just started making it.
Oh,
And so I was
fun.
so excited. I can't do chicken, so I did it with turkey. And so I made that soup on Saturday. It came out great. But it's again just taking the time to say, what's a
Mm-hmm.
workaround? Is there an option? You'll be
Mm-hmm.
surprised if you're new to this world, especially of cutting out gluten and refined sugar and stuff, how much there
Mm-hmm.
is out there. Um, and the thing is, you guys, I understand the ease, but just make large batches of stuff and freeze them. Like
Mm-hmm.
it really in the moment doesn't take more to like double your portion and freeze half of it.
Yeah.
And then you have it. I do a lot of meal prep because we just have full lives, and so it's easier to just
Mm-hmm.
heat up something that I already made. But that saves you the risk of maybe making a bad decision, I find, especially at
Exactly.
lunchtime, right? um,
Yeah.
but also keeps you from under eating. I think
That's a big deal.
that's an interesting shift too, I think, around food,
Mm-hmm.
Melissa. Like I know we've kind of touched about this before, but this could
Mm-hmm.
be part of it too, is maybe, you're struggling with hormone issues, which I know I'm working through myself. And part of the reason I know that they got as bad as they were was under eating for a really long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
so I think a lot of women are at risk for that. So it's not just what we're eating, it's, how much.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think most
Yeah.
women would be shocked to find that they are not eating enough because,
Yeah.
we all had this obsession for a really long time around just being skinny, and not thinking
Mm-hmm.
about, am I healthy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I think too, the under eating thing, a lot of times when say we get a food sensitivity test back, or we come back from meeting with our natural doc, or, whatever, our functional medicine practitioner, they're like, you need to stop, ingesting XYZ. And so you get home and there's really no plan unless your practitioners worked with you through everything. There's no real plan of, okay, so how do I do this? Because most everything in my cupboard is those three things. So I'm down to eating ice and, fresh tomatoes out of my garden or the neighbor's garden. What do I do here? So there's the mindset piece that can happen then of, I don't know how to do this, the overwhelm. Or there can also be, okay, I'm in, gonna do it. All right, I am so hungry and there's nothing in my pantry. So, what are some suggestions? First of all, let's do the first one first. The, oh my goodness, overwhelm. I don't know if I can do this. Let's kind of lean into that one first, and then we'll lean into the one of, yeah, I'm in, gonna do this, and
I
I'm
love for
starving.
folks to think about their why, right, Melissa? Like we say this all the time in my
Mm-hmm.
other business, like, what's your why? I
Yep.
think anytime you're really working towards the best version of yourself, like what is
Mm-hmm.
your why
Mm-hmm.
around wanting to make your diet changes? Like, what is that going to equal for you? Is that going
Yeah.
to mean less bloating, less discomfort, less
Yes.
irregularity, ease in digestion, whatever? I want less brain fog. I want more, clarity around goals. I want to feel like I can. So I think getting
Mm-hmm.
clarity around that is the first piece. Why am I doing this? And maybe writing that
Mm-hmm.
somewhere. I have this
Yeah.
silly little quote that I found in Maine a few years ago, and it's a little postcard. It says, "Today I will be as happy as a seagull with a French fry," right? And so I put it on my fridge. But part of it for me making these big changes that are still ongoing was battling really bad depression and anxiety. And I was so tired of feeling that way. And so it was like,
Mm-hmm.
for me, making these changes meant I was going to feel better long term. And so, if you're someone who's struggling with like a big mountain like that, understand
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to change overnight, but it will change if you stay the course.
Yeah.
So I think that's the first piece. And I know you've made changes, Melissa, like along your healing
Mm-hmm.
journey. So I think it's always remembering, why the heck am I doing this? It's not
Yeah.
about this one meal or this one day or, oh, this is hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Being sick is hard, and
Yeah.
making better choices feels hard at first, but actually really is not. So
Yeah.
it actually can be really easy. And I want to, I guess, give you guys a couple of my time saving hacks around meal prep, because I
Ooh,
have a
I
few
love it.
things I do that are so basic. So I can't do chicken, but if you can, then it's even easier. So I'll grab turkey breasts, but you can certainly get chicken breasts, and you can just do like some Himalayan salt, a little broth if you like, and some seasonings that you enjoy, and just put them in a crock pot and just let them cook on low for like 4 to 6 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And what's cool is once you have that base, you can do a lot with that. So,
Mm-hmm.
I like buffalo sauce, and there's a great one. Primal makes a really nice one. So sometimes I'll do a portion of it as buffalo. Sometimes I'll do a portion with just the seasonings it was cooked in. I might, and then I usually roast a lot of veggies. So I know you're a fan of cooked vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
and I know Eastern medicine dictates that's easier to digest, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, and this time of year is awesome because you have all these root vegetables that are going to be in season. So, just roasting a bunch of them, and I keep it really simple. You just throw it in the oven. I have avocado oil, a little salt and pepper, 450 for like a half hour, and just keep an eye on them. Different vegetables cook faster, like your Brussels sprouts will probably only take 20 minutes. If you do sweet
Mm-hmm.
potatoes, they might take the half hour. But just having a bunch of those, because if you have those like cut up and roasted and just do a container, then you have your protein, and you've got some complex carbs there, as well as fiber. And then that's going to help you from, again, I think lunch is when most folks kind of maybe make a
Mm-hmm.
tough choice. Um, I do love salad, even though, I know it's not the best thing for us to eat all the time due to digestion. So sometimes I will
Mm-hmm.
put some of that turkey on top of a salad, but I also put some of my roasted veggies in my salad too. Um,
Yum.
and sauerkraut, so I put like
Mm-hmm.
the kitchen sink in my salad. So you'll find anything in there.
Yeah.
But those are two quick things, you can, if you can't have rice, you can do like a brown rice if you want, or quinoa cooked up too.
Mm-hmm.
But if you kind of just focus on basics, that makes it simple in terms of like meal prep.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, the crock pot, I also love doing ground turkey in the crock pot. It
Ooh.
makes it really like soft. When I had my
Mm-hmm.
gum surgery a few weeks ago, man, was that a lifesaver, because I was able to get in like good protein, but it was cooked like it was very tender. So
Mm-hmm.
and again, I just cooked it with some spices. You don't even have to put any broth in there. It'll just like the juice will come out. So,
Love it.
yeah. And if you can do tomatoes, then, a low sugar organic tomato sauce, or if you have one that you made, you can throw that in there. And you could make some brown rice pasta, and the jovial actually reheats nice. It's not crunchy when you reheat it. So,
Ooh,
but,
love it.
kind of having all those on hand can help, because again, and then if you don't feel like making a new dinner, you've got your dinner options too. But if you just kind of
Love it.
plan ahead and bulk cook, if you will, I've got
Oof,
three
I
adults
love
that we're
that.
feeding over here, so I make sure we always have plenty of food on hand like that.
Yeah, I love that. I love
Yeah.
that. And I think too, like when you lean into like your why, you have that solid, then you're able to move forward and start thinking about, okay, what are the foods that I can prep before? And these are so beautiful. They're so simple.
So simple.
Um, and also like when I'm thinking of like the top three foods are, gluten, dairy, and sugar to stay away from that most people have. There's odd ones out, but I like to encourage you to do. So you need to do gluten free. So find a bread that you like. Find well, first of all, do your research. Where is gluten found? So you know where to look.
Yeah.
And then it may take you a couple tries to find some bread that you like. Tortilla shells, if you use those. Noodles, if you use those, there are some awesome, awesome options. And you just talked about some, to be able to do something besides the regular pasta, but really clear that out, get what you can do, like how to substitute what you have now so that your actual foods that you eat aren't that much different. So for example, if you have, if your family loves spaghetti, finding a spaghetti sauce that doesn't have sugar in it, and then finding some noodles that are gluten-free. You can still have spaghetti. It doesn't have to be something that you have to kiss goodbye. But I encourage you to take one food group at a time, do your research, and then really plan out the substitutes that you want to use. Like it turned out that my family preferred the gluten-free noodles rather than the regular ones, just because they had a better taste, they had a better texture. They were just good. So
and
that kind of
Siete
helps.
Foods makes a lot of great tortillas and even like tortilla chips and things.
Yep.
And the gal who owned that, actually, my husband's one of his best friends knows the gal who started that brand, funny enough, but she had lupus. And so, but I love their products. I remember that the first time I saw their products were down in Georgia. And then at the time, like, who doesn't love tortilla chips? But
I know, right?
I can't do corn. So, but cassava has all sorts of awesome things going on for it. So, and I do like their cassava tortillas, but they have other different flours now that they use too. Chickpea, they do an almond one. So, but there's definitely a lot more choices than there used to be. 100%.
Exactly.
And it really, just takes time to kind of look for those things, but you don't have to give up Taco Tuesday. You don't have to. And that's, I think, a big mindset shift. I'm not giving up things I love. I'm going to
substitute,
just make exchanges. And I think a big thing for folks to remember is their taste buds are going to change as they get off processed gluten and sugar.
Huge. Takes about 2 to 3 months.
Yes, that is a massive piece, you guys. Like sometimes people will try, like even our protein shakes, which are very clean, and it doesn't maybe taste like whatever garbage they were buying. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And so, things are manufactured with a lot of additives to hit those taste buds, right?
Right.
It does take time, but as you start to make those changes, you're going to find you're craving healthier things.
Yep.
Versus like, oh, I really want whatever. Like, I don't know. It like, I forget that people still go to like McDonald's or Burger King or whatever, right? And I drove by one a few weeks ago and I was like, oh my gosh, these places still exist, but I know people still go there. So, I wish that was not the case. But I think, again, just reminding yourself that as you make these changes, your taste buds are going to change, particularly sugar. If you are looking for a little treat, if you're weaning yourself off of sugar, HU makes some good chocolate. They use coconut sugar versus refined sugar, and they make some yummy little things. So that could be a good option.
I love it.
So,
love it.
Do a little square of dark chocolate as you're making your way through. But
awesome.
Keep reminding yourself of your why, right, guys?
Yeah, lean into that. And thank you for really talking through some of your hacks around batch cooking. I appreciate that. That's going to help folks a lot. Get a crock pot. It will be your best friend.
Yes. Yes, the crock pot is great.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Melissa, for sharing your wisdom. And we'll see you next week.
Thanks, guys.
All righty.